Hi, this is Carolyn Smaka from Audiology Online, and today I'm chatting with Dr. Kim Cavett, who is currently president of the Academy of Doctors of Audiology. Hey, Kim.
Hi, Carolyn. How are you today?
Good. Hey, thanks for coming on today. I wanted to talk a little bit about the webinar series that we partnered with ADA for this month on Audiology Online. But before I do that, can you give me a little bit of background about ADA? So tell me a little bit about the organization and what are the benefits of membership for audiologists?
Thanks. ADA has been around since 1978. It was the organization that was founded by the audiologists who began dispensing and were kicked out of ASHA and didn't have a professional home, so they founded ADA. It's always been about moving audiology forward, about professional autonomy, about audiology as a doctoring profession. With the Audiology Patient Choice Act, we've really tried to make that next step in that movement to allow for limited licensed physician status, direct access to audiologic care, and a comprehensive benefit that includes coverage of rehabilitation as part of our next mission forward. ADA is really tried to be at the forefront of the next generation of audiologists, what we want to see happen in the future. Some of the benefits of ADA membership are you'll have access to our convention. We have our convention every fall. We have a magazine that is guest editored by Dr. Brian Taylor called Audiology Practices. We have a website that's chock full of information. We have a practice resource catalog that people can purchase forms or documents they may need for their practice. And we people who are ADA members. I've been on a consultant for ADA now for long before I was president, for now almost, oh gosh, it's been 10 years. And so ADA members can pose me any sort of question or request guidance for me as a no-charge value-added benefit of ADA memberships.
And when we at Audiology Online we wanted to add more business courses this year to our site. It's actually, I think, the number one or number two request from our members. They want more business courses. And right now, obviously, we're in a really kind of a dynamic time where everything's changing out in the marketplace and people are looking for help. So we first went to you guys and you were like, great, let's do this. And you lined up a really great program this month. Can you talk a little bit about the individual webinars this month?
So the first webinar was about advanced transition strategies, about buying and selling of a practice. And we had Craig Castelli, who is a consultant who works in that industry and in the buying and selling of audiology practices. And we had Dr. Ron Gleitman. Ron works in the industry. Actually, Ron was a very successful private practice owner here in Chicago and has been in business development for a manufacturer for several years, and really with a lot of focus on this whole buying and selling aspect. So that was like a dream team of two that could really talk based upon their own experiences about how to really try to buy and sell an entity. Um, then we moved on to our week on itemization and unbundling, which was that I was so fortunate I got to guest editor and participate in myself. And I really had like a dream team at the beginning of who I wanted engaged, and all three, I'm so fortunate, said yes. We had Dr. Ian Windmill, now of the University of Cincinnati, who talked to us about itemization in a very different aspect, really from a complexity standpoint. It's so interesting, such a different approach that I think people really needed to hear and experience. Then we had really the queen of itemization, who is Dr. Stephanie Schaublad from the University of North Carolina. Nobody has, in my perspective, a more comprehensive approach, more patient-centered, more evidence-based, and the data to back it up than Stephanie does. And then we moved on to a private practice audiologist named Kristen Robbins, and her partner, Dr. Feld, have just like this wonderful practice that they unbundled 6 years ago, and really how they've approached it, and much more of that service plan driven an insurance-based practice that Dr. Schoblau doesn't have. And then Friday of that week, we closed it out with Dr. Schoblau and I really answering questions that came from participants during the week, which was a wonderful opportunity that you usually don't get to have. And it was great. Questions that we would have never thought of on our own came from participants, which it was a great week on itemization. Then we moved on in the ADA series to a webinar about differentiating your practice with Dr. Robert Trainer, really an expert and icon in the field of business practice and audiology. To me, he knows so much more than I could ever dream of knowing about the financial aspects, financial management of practice. It was really fantastic webinar. And then now we're going to close out the month with two of my favorite people personally, Dr. Mary Cacavo and Dr. Susan Lopez from Lafayette, Indiana. Mary has had a private practice in Lafayette since the 80s. She's really one of my role models in life. If I could be the ADA president she was, I would be very successful. So Mary and Susan are going to talk about their transitioning of their practice from Mary's ownership to Susan's ownership. And it's just, I mean, it's going to be wonderful for folks who really want to think about that transition for themselves. And it'll be so practical, and we're very excited. But this has been a great month. We're so lucky that Audiology Online reached out to us. It's been a wonderful month for us and our organization, and we hope everyone who's watching has found it to be as beneficial as well. And we hope to do it again next year. It'd be great.
That would be great. I'm going to take you guys up on that because now we got it on video. Yeah, it's been great for us, and the feedback from participants obviously is what we really really go by, and they've loved it. One of the comments that really resonated with me, they said, we really appreciate this information. The presenters this month not only talk the talk, but they all walk the walk. And that's true. I mean, you guys brought in people that have been doing the work, putting it in there, finding out what works, what doesn't, and that's been phenomenal. And I think another testament to the great content is the amazing amount of questions. I think we had more questions from participants this month than we had all of last year on Audiology Online. I just want to let everyone know to view these courses, they've all been recorded and they're all posted now on Audiology Online. You can visit audiologyonline.com/ADA to see that list of courses, sign up for any that you want to view. And for more information about ADA, please visit www.audiologist.org. Kim, thanks so much for all your time and expertise this month and for coming on today.
Thank you. No, thank you, and thanks to Audiology Online again. It's been a great partnership, and they're a wonderful organization. We hope to work with you again in the future.
Thanks a lot. Thanks everybody for watching.